Okay, so we're standing here on the most famous staircase in the world, and I say that because it is, because no matter who comes to this hotel, they always talk about the Europa all over the world, don't they, Carolyn?
Absolutely. We're well known for many things. Some of them we don't talk about.
All right, now over the last year or so, lots of these great photographs have appeared on the staircase, and you're the woman responsible for taking the photographs of all the big stars and all the big celebs. How do you persuade them to get their photograph taken?
Well, it's usually fairly easy. I usually manage to catch them as soon as they come to stay at some point and just mention that we'd love to hang them on the staircase in our Hall of Fame, and usually the celebrity photo shoot does it for them, and nobody has ever refused.
All right, okay, let's start off with the first one here. How did Claire King, the bitch from Emmerdale, how did she get the first place here?
Well, she matched the wall, actually, the colour. No, that's not the reason. They weren't put up in any particular order. These were specifically pictures that I liked. The catalogue is huge, really, and we had to limit it to about 40 pictures in all. And it was hard to decide who was going to go where, but I liked that shot. It was taken out in the forecourt on a nice, bright, sunny day, and the Opera House in the background there, and I just particularly liked it.
All right. Let us move on. I see Mr. McGinn there with Rachel Stevens. And then this one here. Now, Alan Williamson must feel so disappointed that the only person he could find that he photographed with is Sid Little. How did that come about?
No, don't be mean. Don't be mean. Alan's a wonderful guy. You'll see him with Mary Peters under the stairs there as well. Sid Little has been in several times. He's always great fun. Like, I mean, you can just look at his face there. He's full of laughter. So he's always full of jokes when he comes.
Okay.
Alan never remembers the jokes, I have to say.
Thank God, maybe. Right, we're moving on to Christine Blakely, once again hosting the Miss Northern Ireland contest tonight. But we're moving back to 2004, and that's her with Kirsty, isn't it?
That's right, yes. That was the first Miss Northern Ireland that I photographed here at the Europa, and I particularly liked that shot. This was taken backstage just after the winner was announced, and there was lots of newspaper photographers there, and they were all smiling for the camera, so it's just a little side shot, and it came out quite well. Look at the length of the eyelashes there, you wouldn't get that.
Now, since the Miss Northern Ireland is taking place tonight, has any of the contestants caught your eye so far as they've been making their way around the hotel?
They all look fabulous. It's hard to... Unless I think you're really involved with talking to them, it's hard to decide who's going to be the winner, but I'm sure they'll pick the right girl on the night.
Right, now we've stopped at this photograph here because this is somebody very special, a man that I've always wanted to meet, one of my comic heroes. Sir Norman Wisdom is up there. Tell us about Norman.
Like, he's just exactly as he was in the Carry On films, and those were quite a few years ago. He's full of fun. He would pose for the camera all day long. He's great. We thoroughly enjoy having him in-house. Good fun.
And then next to Norman, a real, true music legend, an absolute superstar, Rod Stewart up there.
Indeed. Well, Rod Stewart's been to the hotel a number of times. I can remember when I first came to work at the Europa many years ago, he came with his then girlfriend, Rachel Hunter, and they were probably the world's top celebrity couple, and we were all pretty in awe of them whenever they arrived. It was hard not to stare, I have to say.
And as we move on up here, we see Leo Sayer, of course, who recently back at the charts, back at the top of the charts with Thunder in My Heart. There's the Archbishop Desmond Tutu is hanging on the wall, a Marilyn Monroe look-alike. And then we come to last year's Miss Northern Ireland 2005. How did you find Lucy that time?
She was absolutely beautiful. Like, I mean, that was taken just after she was crowned, and you can just see the absolute excitement in her face there. So I have 3 or 4 shots, and they're similar to that, and they were all superb. I was delighted. I could have hung any of them. Yeah.
Okay, let us move on. Who else do we see? I see Vanessa Feltz hanging there. I see the Drifters. I see little Terry Dwyer there, and another Miss Northern Ireland, and a former Miss UK as well, Gail Williamson.
Yes, we've got lots of Miss Northern Ireland shots. Jim Corr is delightful, but not very easy to photograph, doesn't like to get his photograph taken. And he was sitting in front of me last year, and I tapped him and I said, would you mind if I took a picture? And he said, absolutely not. And I took that, and it came out very well. I was pleased with that. And actually, Gail asked me for a couple of copies of that. She said she had one on top of her television, which was nice. Yes, she was pleased with that. She said there weren't too many good shots of them together, so that's nice to have.
All right, okay. Finally, we go to this last one hanging on the wall here. I see another music superstar, Ronan Keating. How did you find Ronan?
Ronan's absolutely delightful. He's a real gentleman, and any time he comes in, he's just very nice, very nice. Top marks to Ronan, that's for sure.
Let's take a little walk on up here, Carolyn, because something I want to ask you as well. I want to know, when do I get a place on the wall? Since I practically live here.
I would say after tonight, your place on the wall is coming very shortly.